okay, or from the blue line to green. If from the blue become red, that means the effect should be positive. But if it is the blue become green, that means the effect is negative, right? Even both of them are significant, but the direction are different. Okay, so this is a slump analysis. And when we see here, okay, the effect become higher. So that means it becomes stronger. Okay, so that means the moderation effect is positively moderate the positive effect from IV to DV. Okay, so this is how the table you will solve. So in this one, we will put the IV to DV. This is for reference only, reference of this table. Okay, in compare, it's not for you to conclude the direct effect. We cannot conclude the direct effect of S on Y based on this result because it's already considered for the moderators. So it's not purely IV on DV relationship. So even this one is significant, you cannot tell me based on this IV positively effect on DV. You cannot. You have to run another test separately, maybe your regression or SEM to prove that. Okay? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so this do not think, oh, this one IV only be here, let's just say significant. No, it do not use it that way. Okay, and this one is when it's low, mid, and high. And from this, I can say that you can look at, this one is different with this, okay? This one is another test, this one is another test. So in this example, you can see that when the low moderator, the effect become higher. Okay, and when the moderator become higher, the effect become even lower. And here, why without the moderators, okay, is much higher. What does it mean? This means in this example, the moderator make the relationship become weaker. Okay, in this example. Okay, all right. So yeah, this need a little bit practice. All right. So the next part will be how to plot the table. Okay. So when you run the bootstrapping, you will have an option to choose to extract this. Okay. So this is the extraction, and you can copy that into the Excel. Or if you are not using Excel, you can go to the internet to find any Excel ready to use form that help you to create this one. Okay, so this one is represent the relationship when they have high, mid, or low. So you can see that if we go from low, the effect is lower, right? And when the moderator is high, the effect becomes stronger and higher. So this is slope analysis. Okay. All right. You can do this as well using regression, but you need to an extra step. In bootstrapping, you don't need any extra step, only one click and it gives you everything. That's what I like about bootstrapping. Very strong, very convenient. Okay, so you can see they give you a lot of information, but I will just pick one in the middle, top, middle, and bottom, and then I can create this one. Okay. All right. This one you can do it with Excel easily. Just create something like this. Okay. Create the right label. You can see the label. Okay. Then select all of them and then go to the top, create a chart, and it will come out like this for you. Very simple. Okay. All right. Any questions so far on this one? Moderation? Yes.
I have two questions. Well, let's say, for example, when the model summary, if the model is not significant at all, somehow, so it's good to evaluate the subsequent result. Yeah. And the second thing is that the direct effects, this is only for the reference. We don't actually pay attention to the direct effect in the bootstrapping.
Right. This one only for reference to give to compare with this.
So for this effect, we will use the other.
Right, regression or path analysis of SEM. That means if you have the hypothesis, if you don't have the direct hypothesis defined, okay, you cannot conclude the direct hypothesis is significant based on this line. Okay. Although even if you run it again, it is like 99% the same, but still we cannot do that. Okay. All right. So that's it for symbol moderation. So we will go through the symbol mediation before I try to test it on the computers. Okay. So mediation is much more easier to understand in terms of theoretical, but it's a little bit difficult to understand in terms of statistical. Okay, so for the theoretical, it's very simple. Mediation is something that bridges the relationship between IV and DV. Okay, so for mediation effect, like I mentioned, I must refer regression. Okay, because regression can tell you whether it is fully or partially mediation. Okay, if you remember that, but for bootstrapping we cannot tell that. But it's okay, as long as significant, my paper can get accepted. Okay, so this is what you need to select. Okay. Oh, I didn't show the selection of the model 1. Okay. It's fine for model 1. It's mostly the same. For model 1, just need to remember to click here. Okay. -1 standard deviation, mean, and +1 standard deviation. Okay, you know what is standard deviation, right? Yeah. Right? Okay. So another way they will pick the 60, 50, or 84 percentage. Okay, but I only go with the one. This one, -1 mean and +1. Okay. And let's go to the result. So for a mediation effect, you will have a box. We say that total direct and indirect effect of X or Y. So this is the most important. The top is not important in the model 4. Because indirect effect is what we want right here, right? The indirect effect right here. Okay? So total effect and direct effect is a more advanced discussion. Okay? If your paper, you focus on that. So to simply put, so total effect equal what? Let's say the theoretical is IV, so mediator to DV, and for the statistical we have what? IV, mediators, DV, and this one. Okay, so total effect will equal direct effect plus indirect effect. Okay, so this is all the statistical point of view. However, normally when we hypothesize the indirect effect, we only care about this one, indirect effect. Okay, in bootstrapping. Okay, in bootstrapping we only care about this. So sometimes, because the direct effect is not significant, so the total effect is not. But in bootstrapping, we agree with that. We don't care about that. We care about indirect effect, whether it's significant or not. But strictly to say that if you don't have direct effect and you only have indirect effect, it should be what? Fully mediation. But we cannot say that. Okay, we cannot prove that. So I will avoid saying so if I use in bootstrapping. For bootstrapping, I only care about this one, indirect effect. Okay. This one. All right. So that's why I see a box right here, because I do not look at this. Okay. So when you report the result, you can see that this is the, I think this is the mediators, right? I forget the IV and DV. Okay. So why they have two lines? Because earlier we choose this standardized effect. Okay. So when you click on it, you will have two results. So it also depends on the editors, depend on the journal. Okay. So when you want to submit one journal, you maybe have to look around with which one they report, unstandardized or standardized. Okay. So there's a debate which one is better. Okay. So normally I will go with this one, non-standardized, but it really depends on the journal and also the reviewer, sometimes they will ask for that. They will be different a little bit in the scope of coefficient strength, but the significance will not change much. Okay, actually they pretty the same. Only the strength will be a little bit different. Okay, and here the number goes down to 5,000, so you should pick 10,000. And yes, that's how you test it. And this is the table, how to report it in the table. So in this example, before this part up, there will be another section that talking about covariant effect on leverage. So in that part, you will copy and paste into here, okay? So just copy and paste. Normally, you will not do that much on this one. Instead, if they have some celerity control variables in here, okay, then we have to talk about that. All right. So we focus on this one, direct effect and indirect effect. Okay. So again, you cannot conclude voice behavior significantly affect on LMS by using this. Okay, this one only for reference. If you want to test the direct effect hypothesis, you have to run regression or SEM. Okay, so you cannot say, oh, this table says so the hypothesis one is supported, this is not. Okay, some difficult reviewer will reject that. All right, so what we want to see here, voice behavior to LPC to LMS. Okay, so the coefficient and MCI, ULCI. Okay, this is the same DV but different IV, same mediator, so we make another box like this. Okay, so this is how you do the report. All right, so for Module B student, you have another homework, right? You have module homework 3, so you also have to produce this table. Okay. All right. So for module A student, don't worry. In your exam, we will give you a template. Okay. So then you just fill in the template. Okay. This one will be for the module B serial mediation. Will be another class. So for theoretical, we will stop here for today. Any question about theoretical one?